A single mother walked into a singles event expecting excitement and possibilities, but what she experienced instead left her feeling embarrassed and full of regret. Let's take a closer look.
So I went to a singles event, and when I got there, it was literally 90% women. And I was like, I'm gonna go now.
Yes! Hell yeah!
I'm just glad men aren't simping as much these late years. It truly makes us proud.
So I went to a singles event last night in downtown Phoenix. I had seen their events on TikTok and it looked super fun, but it was not what I thought it was gonna be. Like, I swear on the TikTok that I saw was that they had you fill out a questionnaire, and at some point in the night they like grouped people into groups so that you could mingle and get to know people out of your comfort zone, whatever. That's not what happened last night.
What do you mean by that?
It was at Pemberton, but the bar was still open to the public, so the event was just sectioned off in half the bar. But once you got into the event area, it was just like you were at a bar. There was nothing that made it special to a singles event to help you try to get to know people, besides everyone in the bar was single.
Oh my God, I can't believe she just said that. What did you expect to find other than single people? It's the name of the event.
But then to enjoy like Pemberton, you had to go out of the event area to get drinks. So like I paid for a ticket for like a private area of the bar, but it kind of defeated the purpose. I still had a fun night with my girls. I would highly not recommend going by yourself. There was like hundreds of people at this thing. There's no way I could have gone alone.
You were saying something about how women do a lot more to get ready for the date.
They get their hair done, they get their makeup done, they get their nails done. Guys, they get a haircut, they take a shower.
No.
Some ladies sadly think it's less expensive for us to date, and that's not entirely true. We are firstly expected to pay for the date, to have a car, and to be prepared. Yes, we don't make our hair or nails, but we have more expensive things to handle.
If a guy is asking a girl out on a date and she finds him attractive, she finds him valuable, he's got confidence, he's got game, all that kind of stuff, and she says yes to going on the date with him, he prepared himself to become that kind of man for years in advance.
That's what I'm talking about.
All you have to do as a woman is just show up to put on your makeup and just show up to the date. The guy has to work on his career to be able to take you out to a nice dinner. If you're into fit guys, he's got to spend years in the gym working on his physique. He's got to make something of himself so that he's successful and has confidence. There's years of work that go into it beforehand.
Congratulations, you played yourself.
He respectfully humbled her in the best way, and he is correct. The battle that a man takes to be ready to date is not one for the weak. And sometimes, despite our best efforts, we are not appreciated, so most men will choose not to date, avoiding the singles event.
Single men, if you have a list for Dream Woman that is like 20 things long, the way she looks, where she works, her friends, her family, her lifestyle, and it goes on and on and on, you don't actually really want a relationship.
I'm here to tell you right now, we don't care.
What we truly want is good food, a comfy house, and a stress-free life balance between our hobbies and work.
Every singles event, it's all women.
That's exactly
I don't want to do them anymore because it's so hard to get men to sign up. And I had one a few weeks ago, and one of the guys was like, please do this again. This was awesome. I'm like, I will do it again if you promise to get friends to come. Like, it's so hard to get guys to sign up. And he's like, no, why would I want more competition?
Yeah. But why? I guess both perspectives. What do you think? But also as a guy. So if you told me when I was 27, hey, there's a singles event where there's going to be 20 to 25 really cool women, I'd be like, yeah, that's sick. Why would I not go? I go to the bar to meet the single woman. Yeah. Why wouldn't I go to the singles event where they actually want to meet me too? Yeah. But as guys, why did we never go to them?
Doesn't it take away the thing of rejection?
Well, my perspective was this. I feel like guys are super sensitive to get rejected, and when you go to a singles event, there's an expectation that you should hook up or you should meet somebody.
I will give you advice from experience. Dating is both emotionally and financially draining, so keep your sanity and money to yourself. And trust me, we don't care if we get rejected. That would be far better than getting into a horrible experience.
Yeah. And if you don't, it's like, oh, well, you got rejected. And maybe if you hit on somebody there and they don't like you, it's very in your face. Yeah. Whereas if you get rejected at a bar, it's so sugar coated and it's so
kind of disappears.
You can disappear or just pretend like something happened. You could hide.
That's what I'm talking about.
Exactly why I'm 41, with no kids and single. Zero desire to date, and I enjoy the peace in my life. It's not about rejections, it's about choosing to keep your money, dignity, and peace of mind.
This is a question for other men out there. What stops you from asking a girl on a date? Because it's been 3 years and nobody has knocked on my door. Nobody has knocked on my door. Nobody has slid in my DMs. What y'all scared of?
You serious?
The jury is no longer out. I need to stop doing things for the plot. I am like the prime example of curiosity killed the cat, because the way I just always have to investigate things and see things for myself, it is slowly killing me. I walked into that event last night and I wanted to die.
Huh?
It was so bad that I almost couldn't wait until today to update you guys. I was gonna like do a video last night as soon as I got home, but then I ended up passing out. And of course, a lot of things are all about the perspective, but I'm gonna tell you why for me, it was a big no. So for starters, when you walk in, you have to get a name tag. And that's fine. I guess that's a good thing, but also I was like, what if I don't want someone to know my name? I don't know.
Good job, men. Keep it up.
And then when I did walk in, I was like, okay, I was wrong. It's not just women here. But the men that were there were something. I could have turned and walked right back out immediately, and I should have. But I was still waiting on the two girls I was supposed to be meeting there to come, so I was trying not to like bail before they got there. So I tried to walk around by myself for a minute. Thankfully, like a lot of people there were there alone. It was everyone's first time doing it. So I found some cool girls who like invited me over to their table and I got to talk to them for a little bit. But like, even if you were sitting with girls, like guys would always come over and talk. That's the whole point. I get it. But I was just like, I'm kind of just here for the girlies, I think. And so whenever a guy would come, I'm like, this is ruining the vibes.
Huh?
Wow, already starting with hiding the truth. That's an awful start.
Quite literally, the whole point in being there was to find like potential people to date. And to me, men being there, I was like, this is going to ruin the tour. Also, everyone was so short. Every single man there was like less than 5'10", or 5'10" or less, I mean.
It's like going to a sushi place and complaining about the fish. It's unreal.
I was taller than all of them, except one. There was one really, really tall man. None of them are attractive. No one, not one was attractive.
I don't think so.
Not even like, oh, he could, no, not close. And this is probably one of the meanest things that you would ever hear me say, but there was a man there that looked like the kind of guy you should be afraid of if he was walking towards a school.
Whether men go or not, we're still going to get blamed by some.
I have to be vague about this because I don't want TikTok to like ban me. Like quite literally, just he had really long hair and he just kept on like pushing it to the side of his face like it was like 2008, and he was just like walking around with his black clothes on, like with his head down, just pushing his hair out of the way the whole time. Never talked to a woman ever. I'm like, why are you here?
Mind your business!
I know some people are shy, but that was just, it was just bizarre. Eventually the two girls that I was meeting got there. I liked them. One of them was super outgoing and like very fearless. So when eventually we did see that there was two men there, only two out of all the people that were not completely repulsive, but were sitting at a table the entire time with the same girls. And I was like, oh, like, I feel like they're off the market. They're like taken, like those, they came together. And I was like, wait, that's not the point of this. It's supposed to be only single people. So they're definitely single, but they're not talking to anyone else.
Do me a favor, please. Get out of here.
Wow, judging a book by its cover. A real low move if you ask me. I don't believe in ugliness in general. As a matter of fact, everyone is beautiful on the outside. Real ugliness is in the behavior and the personality. And I know one when I see it.
So eventually one of the girls, I don't want to call her my friend yet, but she was just like, flagged one of the men down, brought him over, and then she was like, she wants to talk to you. And I was like, So then all three of us girls are holding a conversation with this one guy, which was awkward. It felt like I was on a freaking season of The Bachelor or something. I've never even watched the show, but it felt like we were all like gunning for the same guy, but we weren't, because eventually they found a point in the conversation to both bow out, and I was just left there talking to this man, which was nice. But at the same time, I was like, I don't want to be here. So I talked to him for quite a few minutes. I got his number, okay? But I was like, I literally was so honest with him. Like, towards the end of the conversation, I was just like, hey, I'm gonna leave.
Are you delusional? Do you suffer from a mental illness? Do you think you do?
If you want to take my number, you can do that. Like, I was like more blunt than I've ever been in my life. Would I go again? Because there's quite literally another one. There's another one next week in St. Louis. If you're interested, I personally will never go again.
That would honestly be for the best.
So needless to say, I was humbled. Do not think I need to do it again. I would have much rather been hanging out with my toddlers, and they are insane. Or like completely alone on my couch in a blanket burrito, binge eating snacks.
A lot of women, like this lady, think being mean is cute, and it's the opposite. It really makes it almost impossible to like her. No wonder why guys don't go. They're complaining about the guys that actually show up, like this lady right here.
What do you look for in a guy right now at 20?
Good credit, a good job.
Good credit? At 20? So
that's like one of the things that I take most like priority in my life.
So why not do it yourself then?
That's like my number one right now is my credit, because it's so good. Like, I take so much pride in that. And it's so important. So I hope, like, he has the same credentials.
So what's your credit score?
I have a 750 right now.
And how much does your man have to have for you to, consider it good?
At least something good. It doesn't have to be as good as mine, but something good.
560.
560?
Yeah.
We can work on that. He can boost it up, doing something good. Like, I would encourage him and help him get where I'm at. I can teach him how to do that. But as long as we have a credit score, we can start somewhere and build it up.
Let's say you were making $150K annually. How much do you want your man to make?
I don't even know. I'm 20 years old. I really don't even know. Like, is that a lot? Is that a whole bunch? What you just said?
So what do you think is a lot of money then?
I never even got to that far in thinking, like, how much I want him to make. As long as he has a job and he can afford to keep up with himself, we're good.
You're goddamn right.
After considering everything she just said, I respect her for that. Because she wants a man who's willing to work and improve himself rather than a rich guy. And the fact that she wants to help him along the way speaks a lot about her as a human.
What is with single men in their 30s? I literally have 3 of them blocked because they have just been so unhinged and just terrible people. But it's like, as women, we try and go for older men because we're like, oh yeah, surely they'll be more emotionally mature, self-aware, more life experience. Boy, was I about that. The guys in their 30s that I've spoken to have literally been the same as the guys in their early 20s. And if anything, it's actually worse because they don't have the excuse of being young.
So why do you keep speaking to them?
It's like, so you should know better. You're literally like 35. One guy who was 35, I ended up saying, you know what, like, I don't want to do this anymore. And then he continued to have a conversation with himself in our chat. Like 15 messages. I had to block him.
Are you sure about that?
Then another guy who was 33 literally ghosted me after saying communication is key, like 2 messages before. What?
Rejected.
That guy dodged a bullet.
You keep asking, where do I find all the single men on a Saturday morning? Where are they? They're not at the grocery store. Why, no, dear, they are not. This is where you're going to come, 9:30 on a Saturday, maybe 10:30 on a Sunday. There you go. Right there. Go frequent the hunting section. You're going to go to the tool section, look lost. That's where you're going to find them.
Oh, hell no!
I would love if we could be honest and rebrand singles events as The Truth, which is a perfect place to meet your brand new platonic best friend. Men don't go to these. Men do not go to singles events. Stop paying money to go to singles events. Men don't go. Stop it.
Are you single by any chance?
Yes, I am, yes.
You are single? So what are you looking for the most?
In a woman?
Yeah?
Well, many different things. I mean, I'm 31 years old, so I've seen a lot when it comes to women.
Yeah?
I've seen all the red flags. But fundamentally, there's 5 different things that I think is the most important. First thing is looks, like I have to find her attractive.
Yes.
That's the easiest part, but that's about it nowadays.
Second is personality. Third is chemistry. Like, you know, you have to have chemistry. You know, chemistry is like hormonal.
Yeah.
It's something you can't control. They say attraction is something you can't control. It's like hunger or thirst. So you need to have chemistry. She needs to come from a good family. Like, she needs to be raised properly. She had to have a lot of love growing up, also a lot of discipline. Come from a good family, just stable family.
That's what I'm talking about.
And number 5, like, how she is as a person. Like, is she educated? What does she do for a living? Stuff like that. Is she like one of these girls that just grew up on daddy's money, or does she work for herself?
Did you notice that not even once did he say anything about her needing to be making 6 figures or so? We only seek values, respect, and understanding. And a singles event isn't going to cut it.
Is she, you know, cut her tooth the right way?
Like which you prefer, like who's independent or like who is more?
Not so much independence, because I think the feminine urge is to depend on a man, actually, I think. So I don't like these women that say, oh, I'm a strong, independent woman. I don't like that at all.
Yeah.
I think a woman should be feminine. I like to look after my women, ideally, but as long as, you know, she looks after my children. So that's what I think. But it's good if she has been educated, if she has worked, then that way she shows that, you know, she can work in a different way and, you know, she can look after herself. I think that's attractive.
Yeah.
Take notes. Ladies, these are what reasonable standards are.
So I just went bar hopping tonight, solo, because I'm in my single girls era. And I just want to say to all the men, no, the boys out there, let me give you some tips because y'all were messing up a lot tonight. I had four boys approach me today. They all asked me what my name was and if I was in college or not. The minute I said, oh no, I'm not in college, I work, they were like, oh, just left me there standing like at least say like, okay, it was nice to meet you. Like,
what if it wasn't nice? Do you want them to lie?
come on guys, be nice. Like, I'm not even looking to date, okay? I'm not looking to date anybody. I'm not interested in dating.
So that was a f***ing lie.
But at least I was being nice and gave you the time of day to have a conversation. The least you could have done was said, it was nice to meet you, and then left. Straight up, 4 guys just turned around and walked the other way. I don't know what's going on right now, but to all you boys out there who like to go clubbing and go out to bars, do better, because that is unacceptable. Unacceptable.
If it was only one guy who walked away, I'd say there is a chance she's right. But if it's 3, it's not a coincidence anymore. It's a pattern.
Okay, free dating tip for men. I went on a date last night, walked me back, saw the coffee shop on my block, asked like what I order this morning. Mobile ordered. Guys, they're playing chess out here. Like, you gotta level up.
No thanks. We're good where we are.
If you go out and you are receiving non-stop attention, you need to go home and change. You look cheap and you look easy. I'm gonna tell you the most counterintuitive thing you've ever heard. And I know, it makes no sense. But hear me out, hear me out. When you do go out with friends or on dates or whatever the case may be, and barely any men come up to you, few, once in a while, whatever, that's how you know you did it right. You need to look expensive. You need to look like, if you are going to approach me, am I in your price range?
That's not something a person should call themselves. It's self-humiliating.
Because this hoo-ha ain't cheap. And here's a tip to do it. Pick one asset and show that. So it's either your boot, your legs, your back. Show no more than that. Men like a little mystery. If you show everything, what do they need you for? They can see every little curve on your body. They've seen it. What's to do? Pick one body part and accentuate that. So if you go out and you're feeling so good and every man at that bar is hitting on you, girl, go home. Nothing good will come of it. And the men who do hit on you are trash.
You don't want to be like this. This is disgusting. This is awful in every way.
You look easy as I know that's harsh, but mommy's here to help you.
I genuinely hope no lady takes her advice.
Question for single men. What is your thought on dating a woman that has children? That can be 1, that can be 4, whatever. Is it a hard no for you? Do you not care? Is it dependent upon what that lady's life is like that she can take care of her own children on her own without you? What are some factors that go into it? Also, if it's a hard no, I'm really curious to know, do you have children? Also, what is your age? As you get older, I would assume if you're wanting women the same age as you or around there, a lot of them are going to have children. They will have been divorced.
What?
What you fail to realize is even when men age, if the charisma and financial stability are present, they can still date ladies between their mid-20s to 30s.
If they're in their late 30s and they don't, or they've never been married or whatever, and I think the same for men, kind of a red flag. So, curious on men's opinions on this. Women with children, do they care? Will they date them? Is that an obstacle or...
Yeah, you just answered yourself. It's a red flag. Well, guys, that was all for today. We'll be back soon.